This episode of Storybreakers is brought to you by Meeple Coffee. Meeple Coffee is an affordable specialty coffee launching with 5 varieties, each themed to a particular style of board game with stunning artwork to match from Johan Winkler. Meeple Coffee uses only the best quality beans, which are ethically sourced from a variety of smallholders worldwide, and all the art featured on their recyclable packaging is even available as prints on the Meeple Design website. Head on over to meeplecoffee.co.uk to grab yours now, and even get 10% off if you sign up for their no-obligation subscription fee to always have your coffee when you need it.
Hello and welcome back to Storybreakers, episode 2, technically 3, 1.5, we'll call it one of those. We are back in the studio for another episode, and I'm joined once again by the Dicebreaker team.
Oh my god!
Let's kick off these introductions with Liv.
Hey. No. Okay, I'm sorry. Hi, it's season 2. I have to do this the whole season.
That's how you've done it.
I did it very quietly in the end.
Oh, yeah, okay, sure.
Hi, I'm Olivia Kennedy. I'm playing Iris Walker. I am a tiefling. I am a 1-level rogue and 3 levels in warlock.
Correct.
I got some stuff. Thank you. I got some stuff going on. And I flip, and then I dip. And then,
A die
Hi.
has multiple pips.
yeah, it's
Over to Maddie.
I play Winona Thandria Whisperbane. Winona is an elf. She is a ranger. She has a pet drake companion who does things now. Woo! Helps her out where she works at a ice cream place.
going to cold.
Turned all the way from the mic to say that, but ice cream place.
Going to cold.
That's me.
Flipping over to the other side of the table, it's Mian.
Hello, I'm Alex Meehan. I play Cariaris West, who is a half-elf level 3 bard.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she's not having a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not able to fully express herself creatively in her job.
Oh, she's got such a great job, though.
Yeah.
You get to be Freddie
You're
the
singing
Flump.
and dancing.
Mm-hmm. So true.
Yeah, double threat.
Triple threat, really.
What's the third part?
She's really
She's
good.
in the flump costume.
Puppetry.
Just a physical threat.
Moving on to our
So
fourth
true.
threat, it's Matt Jarvis.
Hello, I'm Matt Jarvis. I play Hunter Burrows. I'm a Tortle Paladin. I'm level 5, unlike the rest of these saps. I'm level 3.
Ooh.
It's because I'm
Been
old.
around.
Catching up.
Yeah, it's because I'm old. I've been here too long. I'm grey in the scales, or whatever happens to Taurus.
That's what they do.
Yeah. I'm a veteran news
Great.
reporter turned call centre phone operator. That's what
With
I'm
a
doing
week
now.
off.
I'm great at it, though. I've been suspended for a week.
Yes.
In unrelated news.
Unrelated to anything.
Completely undeserved.
Yeah, but there was a reason you were suspended, because there was something that we were all up to as a group. I'm going to hand over to... who should I pick on today? Maddie, would you like to give us a catch-up on
This
what
was a
happened in
classic
the
I
last
shouldn't have
episode?
stared you in the eye.
Never make eye contact with the DM.
Alternatively, I was staring Wills in the eye, like, and then nothing happened.
Last week, we're in our new city. We're in Scarby, big city. It's very different. We all have new jobs that was introduced. We have bouncer club, ice cream vendor, waitress at a kids entertainment restaurant, and call center person. But turns out we're doing all these things because they're all linked, so we can do a plan to kind of like spy on the Heroes and Adventurers Guild. And last time we called in a fake emergency, so they would all run away. So Iris could sneak into their office and steal some files, and we ended up at our little pub with Findus to have a look at the files. We would develop the pictures and see what we got.
Secret hideout.
It's true. We duped you. You all
my God,
thought
you
that
tricked.
they were just doing normal jobs now.
Yeah.
You were wrong.
Yeah,
So stupid.
For 5 seconds until we were terrible at them.
Look, regardless of whether or not you were in the truth or not, you would have been terrible at your jobs from the looks of things. But yeah, we are flipping back. We are now in the back room of the Canary Dwarf.
Canary Dwarf!
Which doesn't really
He's-
make much sense.
Sounds
But it sounds good.
It sounds
Very
funny.
I think it works.
It's
You
great.
Know, I've
If you
seen
have
far worse
something-
Thank you,
names
Matt.
at the time,
Yeah.
Look, I mean, I will say Findus doesn't seem very, experienced at running a pub.
No.
So I imagine he probably just came up with a name.
Yeah.
And was
It
like,
could be
does that
yellow.
really work?
What's
Yeah,
the
it's
rent
a
like on this place?
bright yellow pub. What's the rent like?
Yeah.
That's a very private question. I don't know. Don't make me invent an
It's not
economy.
being funny. We're not making much. What's Findus doing?
Are we living here?
You're not living in the pub.
Okay.
We'll figure out what your living arrangements are at some point.
Okay.
But
What's
yeah,
his income before tax?
Matty Jarvis.
better than yours, mate. Suspended without pay. Right. So,
I thought you were talking to Matt. I was like, that's a lot. That's a lot
hey,
to
look,
say.
we're a video game and board game journalist. We don't get paid all that much. Right. So moving to the back rooms of the Canary
The back
Dwarf.
rooms.
The back
Oh
rooms.
no!
Where, you know where it's endless.
Dog man.
endless nondescript corridors. There is a everyone shut up. There is a small operations room that you guys have set up, where Findus has been hanging up. Much like you saw in his basement when you were in Ragrum, there are like red string kind of corkboards full of important figures and their faces and what they're linked to and headlines, all that kind of
I
stuff.
like to think that when he packed up to move out of Ragnarok, that was everything that went in the moving on.
Yeah.
Just endless corkboards.
Oh, yeah.
Just one lorry of corkboards.
Hell yeah. One carriage.
Yeah, carriage, sorry.
Can I say that Iris has put a picture of herself up there and it just says super sick ? Like
It's been scrolled out since you've last
There's a
been
post-it
here.
note that says, "Oh no, are you okay?"
Presumably you've got another one in your pocket that you keep swapping.
Someone keeps turning the question mark into an O, so it's a super sicko.
Hunter, you gotta stop doing that.
They'll never catch me.
You gotta stop.
So, we are sort of like convened. It's not been that long since we last cut off in the previous episode. We've convened around a table, on which is sort of almost like a mosaic. Loads of pieces of a front page have been placed. And over the past week or so, Findus has been moving them around and like, oh, maybe I should put that there, and what if we put the photo there instead? And you can tell that he is very, very nervous about this first edition going out because, one, you're making some very big claims about two very big organizations. Two, this newspaper could land you in a lot of trouble. Three, will they find out that you guys are behind it? Who knows? That would be bad. But lastly, Findus, despite working for the Society staff for a long time, never really did all that much front page journalism. And you can tell the kind of like weight of this is bearing on his shoulders. And he just sort of stands, furrowed brow, just sort of standing over it and just staring at it. And the room is just silent.
You know, I really liked when we had stories about pumpkins in the other one. Do you think we could put like a little bit at the back?
Probably not, Winona. No, I don't think this is going to be very many pages. The point is, you know, this is, let's call this a feature edition. It's about what happened in Ragnarok. But, you know, are we ready to put this out? Do we have enough?
How much are we charging for it?
Nothing.
The truth is free.
Exactly that, Winona.
You only pay for lies.
I mean, the truth is free, and that's very true. But what if we needed a little bit of extra funding for what we're doing here? That might be helpful, right?
But then if someone tries to give us money, then won't that be tied back to us? Like if someone hands me $1,
Yeah.
gold
I don't know
or
what a
whatever,
dollar is, but you know,
a gold
maybe
piece, and then I'm
Cash
like,
only.
it's in my
$1.
hands, and then
Cash only.
my hands are sweating already.
Yeah.
There is a question of, it's not even necessarily that we shouldn't charge for this. It's more, can we afford to have any kind of, you know, paper trail with this thing? Hunter, the guy you know in the printing press. He's still good. He's ready.
Yep. Ready to go whenever we say.
Okay, so are we ready? Do we print this thing? He's like shaking on his chair now, just sort of like
Can I
tapping his foot.
like tap Hunter's shoulder and just like incline for us to have a little look? And can we do like an actual like thorough sweep to see if it looks good and like looks eye catching and looks like something that people would read?
Copy editing.
Yeah.
Why don't you roll me either an insight or an investigation check?
All right.
I will take insight because it's +7.
As will I.
14.
16.
So you both sort of in tandem, but not really consulting with each other or anything like that. You try to view the paper from the perspective of a reader. So it's not necessarily that you're looking out for clerical errors or anything like that. It's like, will this pull me in? Will this sort of convey the message that we're trying to send?
Christ, I'm having genuine... Whoa.
Matt, you check the SEO.
God, years on magazines is kind of flashing back to me.
I don't think the thumbnail's popping enough. I don't think it's popping
Hundreds of deadline
enough.
days. Oh.
What stands out to you immediately, Matt?
So this is the front page, right?
This is the front page.
Is it, first of all, is it traditional broadsheets or is it large format? Or are we going with like zine size? That seems quicker to produce and easier to
Let's call it a
distribute.
zine, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And we're running with just front page story. I think, so we've obviously got images, right, that prove the thing. So I think...
Currently, there is the image of Maxwell about to be swallowed by a giant mimic
Yes.
on the front page.
So I think that would obviously be the lead. I think... Now, if I were editing this magazine...
Please tell me!
If we had a strong enough image to go on the front cover, I think I would just lead with the entire image as the front to make it as clear as possible, and then a very punchy headline above it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would agree
Because it
with
sells itself on the image.
Well, the immediate thing that stands out to you both is the headline has been written and scrawled, and Vindus is obviously not confident with how to lead this. And I think that the biggest thing that you all need to agree on is, what is the headline to this piece?
Can I make one suggestion? I don't know how possible this is, and I don't know what your friend is capable of, Hunter, but a moving image of some kind. I've seen that done. Could it be possible here?
Did you capture one?
I mean, I captured 3 images, and it could be Maxwell going up, the beast eating him.
We could do one of those holographic things
Yeah.
that you get in the kiddie meals.
Maybe not that.
No? Okay, no, yeah, that's just a stupid idea.
No. It was in theory be fun and interactive, but I don't know. Would that be possible?
Not with the equipment that you took the photos on. These are still images.
Okay, fine. Headline?
I don't know how you convey something like that.
Harry Harrison's just sat in her seat, just got her glass of wine with the straw in it, just like chewing on the straw, seeming very disinterested in what's going on right now.
Tough day? Did you have a tough day?
Oh, you know, all of the days are tough days these days.
All right.
You should really clean that straw.
I clean it all the time.
I don't
Not
think
with your
running
mouth.
wine through it counts.
Look, this is my straw.
Hey,
Mine.
they call it an alcohol wipe, all right?
I think we just keep it simple. Conspiracy in Ragrump, Maxwell, murder, and cover-up.
That's a lot of words.
What about
Headline, then
Conspiracy,
small, turn to page
colon, Maxwell murdered.
Yeah, I think Maxwell or Morgan should be in it. I think that murder should be in it.
It's a good letter.
1 and 26.
There's just sweat dripping down Vindus's head now. He's just like, yeah, it's gonna be fine.
The sweat drops on the M.
What
Oh.
about something like Monstrous murder of Maxwell Morgan.
That's pretty good. I was going to say
That's
Maxwell
really
Morgan.
good.
That is
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
That is really nice.
You
sure
keep
don't
drinking.
have
You drink up.
experience
Yeah.
in that?
Yeah, you want more wine? Okay.
Don't worry, I don't need your encouragement.
Oh, good.
Okay.
You're just saying it was
Done.
good.
You like it, Hunter?
I think she's on something.
Say it again, Carrie Harris. In your own
Monstrous
time.
murder of Maxwell Morgan.
Monstrous murder of Maxwell Morgan. Monstrous murder of Maxwell Morgan. It's good. It's good. Let's do it. Let's get it. Get him on the phone. No, wait. We should
Who?
talk
No,
in
what?
person. The guy. The
The
guy
guy,
that Hunter knows
yeah,
in the
sure,
Oh
printing
yeah,
press.
no, they could be tapping phones and
Yeah.
stuff.
They could be
Sure.
tapping phones. They could be doing anything. We should put all this stuff in the trash.
No. It's fine. Hey, look at me. Look at me, buddy. Deep breath in. Nope, not like that. You're like a dog. That's a
Irish,
dog.
you're killing him!
No!
Quick, tell him to breathe out.
Breathe out, breathe out, breathe out.
No.
Finish breathe harder, you're not breathing out!
I'm trying.
I'm trying to help this, I'm telling him to do what you're telling him.
Oh my god.
Catch my improv now.
Hey, it's gonna be fine. We have covered all of our tracks. We have made something very, very good. We're doing it. We're doing the thing,
Mhm.
and it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's just we said the word murder a lot, and now that's kind of rattling around in my head of the thing that could happen to us. So look, okay, all right, look, we've got one last chance to say that this is the wrong thing to do. So if anyone has any objections, say them now, because as soon as we go to the printing press guy and do this little late night printing session, we're running out of opportunities.
I mean, we're fairly sure that this can't be traced back to us. You were thorough in your endeavours in the office. You didn't leave any potential incriminating evidence.
No, I was very careful not to rip Moonlight's picture down from the wall, and it as well. I restrained myself. So
You used the gloves.
yeah.
Okay. Did she?
You did use gloves, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were there any points where she didn't use gloves? Because I swear you mentioning
Yeah.
that you
Yeah,
didn't.
in the fiction there was a
So,
moment.
Would
There was a
be-
moment when she was grabby hands in the fiction, yes.
Yeah. Would there be?
But I don't understand how that would have worked, because she would have had them on initially, and then all of a sudden she slipped them off and then grabbed it.
In my head, I think it was like you started rifling and you were like, oh, I need to put my gloves on, But look, it's we can establish that now.
Sure.
Whether or not you remember it like that, who
Yeah.
knows? I guess.
I don't know whether that's like deception or not, because it feels like maybe she
Can
just
I
doesn't
make?
remember it.
Yeah, can I make like a wisdom save or something?
Yeah, sure. Maybe I was some for. Let's see if you can recall exactly what happened, given the intenseness of these situations.
Oh, she can. 17.
Okay,
Maybe.
you remember distinctly grabbing some manila envelopes a little bit too hastily before you had your gloves on.
Carrier sits up a bit more in her chair. Yes.
I put the gloves on. Eventually, I put the gloves on.
Eventually. you
I'm
put
sorry.
the-
Eventually.
I got in there, and then everything was a lot, and then it wouldn't. I grabbed it, and then I thought. Look, if anything gets led back to me, then it comes back to me. It doesn't come back to you all.
Did you touch things without gloves on?
Like one thing.
Oh, we're all gonna die.
No, we're not.
This is why I said we should shave our fingerprints off!
Oh, you were correct with Ono. We should have done. Let's all go
Right,
home.
let's go find a saw and we just need to do it now. I don't know how you do it.
You saw what my mother was like. She will destroy us.
She's gonna kill us.
We're all gonna be fine. We can sort it out.
No, Hunter. She's a ruthless woman.
Look, we just gotta
Yeah.
set it up so another situation, you're in the office in a totally reasonable situation, you go, oh no, I accidentally touched this, when you're in the office for the reasonable situation. What if you applied for a job there or something?
I don't
You
think
know?
they're gonna let us
Like-
work there.
But like, just so you just go in because you really want it, and then you touch some stuff, and so your fingerprints are there.
Oh, okay. I know. I dress up as Moonlight. I go in there. I start grabbing hands and everything, and then
that's still your fingerprints, not Moonlight's.
Yeah, that's true.
What if you dress up as Moonlight and say, I have an interview with Iris, and then Iris comes in, and then you touch something, or you deliver
so who's Moonlight in this
coffees
situation?
or something.
I'm Moonlight in this.
But you're also Iris.
But then you go in the bathroom and change.
Okay, and then we change you to look like me,
Yeah.
and then no.
Yes, and then I grab lots of things.
Oh, for goodness sake. I mean, firstly, we established that if we were going to do this, we were going to take the utmost care. So I'd like to just reiterate that. Iris, we trusted that you were going to do this safely. We were giving you all the signals to get out of there. What happened?
I would like to think that you know by now that I do take great care in what I do. I just had a momentary slip up, and I apologize.
You did leave a little late. From what I heard.
I was screaming on that stage.
Oh, I could hear it. And the reason that I left a bit late was because I was looking for anything final, and then I found that flyer. So it was kind of important.
Flyer is good. The flyer is
that
good.
I did stay.
Iris, could you recall what you touched?
It was the very first thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It wasn't necessarily a related document.
It was. It was just what was on the top, I guess.
How many did you touch?
One, because I grabbed it and then I was like, no.
Then, as much as Winona's solution sounds very simple, I think...
I'll do it. If that's what you want, I'll do it.
I'm known for simple things.
Winona, do it. Winona, just do it right now.
No.
Oh, stop. Don't do that.
I'm not sure ice cream is cold enough to burn off.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
No,
Is it like
okay.
cold damage or like-
No. I'm calling into this. Onto you, right. There's
Do it, worm!
The solution is we could always just sneak in, replace that one folder, everything.
Look, it's just a folder. If it's not related to the case, why would they dust it, right?
Well,
I mean, nothing we're putting out in this issue is about what we found in the office tonight, right? So
Well,
this
there is
issue's
the
not...
reconstruction stuff,
The
which
reconstruction
explains
stuff,
background.
yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of why we went in there.
Okay,
Right.
But I appreciate the effort, Winona.
I still wasn't the big picture. But,
No, you're right. The big picture's great. It's great.
I could always try and get back in there.
Is
and-
this
Look,
not...
I think going back in there is just going to create another very, very risky situation where you could be discovered.
You're
I
right.
think the only thing I don't want to speak for everyone else, but the only thing I need right now is a reassurance from you, Iris, that going forward we're going to be a lot more careful. You understand? There's a lot at risk here. We've seen the potential consequences if we are discovered. I mean, I don't have much left to lose, but, it doesn't, right now it doesn't get potentially worse than the current situation I'm in, but...
You did a great job, though.
I think at that point, Iris has to, grab her hand to stop the middle finger from rising up. Yeah, no, for
You've
sure.
been searching your pocket for something there for a long time.
Yeah.
What if I had one more plan that involved a rat?
oh, I have a plan, but there's no rat. You go first.
Winona, all of your plans involve rats.
What if all my plans involve rats because I've actually been speaking to and training a rat?
Oh, what?
Okay, all right,
Where's
no,
the rat?
No,
Where's
we
the
don't
rat?
have time for that.
He's
No.
very good
What do
and
you
he's
mean
very
you don't have time
discreet.
for that?
He gets in and gets out of places very discreetly. Because he's a rat and they can actually fit through something like this.
What would
big.
he do exactly?
He goes in and he eats the fat. He scrabbles around and
That's
scratches
we,
it.
do we want to destroy documents? That's not
just,
going to help.
Just the envelope. He just scrabbles around on it.
What are they
a
gonna
little
do?
bit.
Banish a rat? To make a rat disappear?
What if he poops on the envelope and then they bin it?
I just think that drawing attention to the folder
The
is
rat's not gonna
probably
draw attention to it.
a rat doing something on it is going to make them look at it. I
I'd
mean,
pay
if the
He's
rat
very
fails,
discreet.
If I saw a rat pooping on my documents, I'd pay attention.
yeah, and if the rat were to be caught, for example, before it
Yes.
finished its job, whatever that was.
Or
Then
Jackie's jobby.
I think we could potentially be more compromised. I think bringing...
There's no way they can trace the rat back to me.
No.
He
No,
will
I'm not-
never speak.
I'm not saying they would
Because he's a
trace
rat.
the...
He's loyal.
Whoever the
Look.
rat is.
Look. First of all, I heard a lot of things about rats and how loyal they are. So, we'll go to that. But second of all,
Famously.
Famously. Second of all, I think Carrie has got a point. We can't draw more attention to the break-in and entering that we did. To the breaking and entering that we did.
What about
Big roast game.
I've got a non-rat plan.
What is it?
They do tours, right? They do.
For the kids?
Yeah.
I doubt they take them into the reconstruction office.
Well, they might get us somewhere close, and all we've got to do is swap one folder for a clean folder.
Which a
Nobody
rat
knows the
could
folder
do.
is missing. If the rat can swap the folder,
He's very good.
Got to get it through the hole.
We've been working together pretty closely on a few things.
Look,
He owes me a favor.
He does.
as I've said, if it leads back to me, it doesn't have anything to do with the rest of
Well,
you.
no, because
Well, other than
inevitably, if it leaks back to you, they're going to suspect us because we were doing things together.
For better
Even
or
if they
worse,
don't know what
we're
we're
linked
up to.
forever, Iris.
Now, yeah,
Cool.
as soon as they see you attached to it, they're going to think the rest of us. And also, it maybe it's not so great, even if it was just you, for it to be discovered. I don't know what would happen to you.
No, I'll be fine. Just I'll be fine. So, do we want to try it and get rid of that evidence or not?
We could do a vote on it. Suppose.
Well, look, I don't want to put any time pressure on this, but Hunter, you said your guy has tonight and tonight only. So,
Yeah.
either way, we gotta print this paper,
Yeah.
or we gotta decide we're not doing it. So,
We get the paper out, and as soon as we've delivered it, we then go and deal with the folder.
yeah, sure.
Two
Perfect.
birds, one stone, or two stones.
Perfect.
Would
Two birds,
Car-
two stones.
That's a lot. I'm losing track of all the objects.
Those good odds.
50-50, I guess.
Would Cariaris have a general understanding of when and how often these tours take place, considering that she has a view of the main entrance?
But like they're sort of, from what you're aware, because
Yeah.
obviously you've got your discount deal that you have to check over. It's you call ahead and you sign up. It's not like a sort of every day at 3 p.m. we do this. It's more of
You
a
have
sort
to
of,
book it.
hey, the local school want to do this. Can we book this in?
So it's not a situation of we would just be able to join an existing one. We would have to set one up.
Yeah.
Okay, Cariaris is going to thinking of that. Say, it's a bit complicated. It's not like they do these tours at a certain time every day. We could just join one. We would have to book one in, which then potentially, provides more opportunities for, mistakes or discoveries or anything. I don't know whether the less risky thing is just to hope that it's not discovered.
I mean, look, like you said, it wasn't one of the envelopes that we photographed, right? So why would they check that for prints? I mean,
If
we can just hope that they don't find anything.
something of this magnitude, they're going to dust everything they've got
Yeah,
and bring in
I
everyone
guess.
that they've got even a sniff of or a finger of.
Even just one finger.
Even just one.
Even just
Even just a
one
single
little
pinky.
finger.
Yeah, just a little-
I slapped on my finger again.
Look, okay, all right. It's, what time is it? Oh, Jesus, 9 p.m. We need to meet this guy soon.
I mean, okay, here's a plan. How many people do we need to reach this person?
Findus?
I mean,
No, I'm saying Findus.
you want me to go on my own?
Yeah.
I
I know.
haven't met this guy.
You're
He's a good guy.
He's your
Hunter,
contact.
You should go with
Yeah.
Findus. You're
Is
the
this
one
some kind
that
of
set
setup?
them up.
No.
Hunter, what do you lead me into here?
Oh my god,
Look.
Hunter's the rat.
Oh, I thought rats were loyal.
The rat was your
No,
friend.
he's a good kind of rat.
Look, Findus, I didn't want to be the one to say it, but you're more of the admin. You can go sort that, and we can sort out this.
Hey, look, I'm prepared for action.
Well, Hunter,
Why did everyone go quiet?
how about this?
I blacked out for a minute there, I'll be honest.
I was mainly thinking about which part of New York my accent was going to walk to, wherever that is.
How about this?
New Dwarf City.
It's New Dwarf City, yeah.
You and Cinders go and meet with your contact,
Mm-hmm.
and the three of us will try and organise something about this
Stakeout.
fingerprint situation.
Steakhouse.
As much as I am not 100% on board with putting ourselves once again in the firing line, but if you believe that this could be traced back to us, I, of all people, don't want that to happen, believe you me. I really don't want to incite my mother's wrath again.
All right, okay, look then. Yeah, we'll go to the printing press. We'll take the stuff over. And then you guys just check the situation out first. Make sure that, it's not dangerous, because the last thing we want is to draw more attention to something that they're not even looking at yet. Okay? So
But-
if there's even a whiff of danger, you just don't even try it, okay?
Okay.
It's not necessarily a bad idea to get ahead of the situation. But yes, I agree with Cinders. Does Carrieras have a key, her own key to the Flump?
Freddy
Mr.
Flump.
Yeah, for when you shut up. Yeah.
Freddy
Flumps. Freddie
Please,
Flumps.
Mr. Flumps was my father.
She has her own Freddy Flump key.
Yeah.
Does that include
She had a
the
Freddy
key
Freddie
to
Flumps Food Femporium.
Freddy Flump's Food Femporium?
What's
Is
a
this
Femporium?
like a...
We don't get into it right now.
Oh my goodness. Well...
There's also a maskporium.
certainly a Femporium when Carrie Harris was there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
that a key to the...
He'll get you in the staff room and then you
Yeah?
can probably sneak through in the same way.
So she has a key.
Yeah.
So she's going to take the key out, and it has like a little flowy... Freddy... This is like Rump the Ragger again.
I'm
Freddie-
just going to make sure that they're Flump, because that is also a marshmallow brand here in the UK.
That's
yeah.
just Flumper.
Oh, that's Flump.
Flump
No.
is the D&D thing.
F-L-U-M-P-H. Google them.
Flump.
They're great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So
you
does-
know Flump. No.
She brings the key out, and it's got a little Freddy Flump, like, key ring on it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I could just let us in the Freddy Flump way.
Yes, that's a great idea.
We are
That's a
getting
great idea.
pizza.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
we have a
no.
plan. Me and Hunter, we'll go to the printing press. We'll get this magazine printed. It'll be great. You guys, you go over to the building. Make sure, and I mean this, if there is even a whiff of danger, just don't go in there, because it's not worth it, okay?
Yes.
But I mean, look, it's an office. It's late at night. What's the worst that could happen? We flash forward.
And it pauses. So, how did we end up here then?
Gary Harris, you stabbed me! Gary!
I didn't know rat meant he would be a rat.
We flash forward about half an hour. You have arrived at Freddy Flump's, and you can see the flashing of red and blue lights shining across the building. There is a town guard carriage parked outside of the office. There are two officers at the front door, and they are interviewing a member of staff from the Heroes and Adventurers Guild.
So we're like at Freddy Flump's entrance, and we're seeing this.
Yeah.
Put my
Iris.
hood up on my hoodie.
You are as Bo.
My strings up.
Your bow
particular
strings.
Reason why the authorities might be here.
I don't know, you work next door to it. Why?
Let's just
why
say
are
we're
you telling me?
going in for
No,
pizza.
I'm just saying, is there anything else you haven't told us? You definitely didn't do anything that might have alerted?
We might be able to listen from inside.
Do I have anything that can help with that? Let's have a look. What are
I
my
don't.
spells?
They've leveled up. They could have new
Oh
spells.
my god! I got nothing useful right now.
But you do have new spells.
Hi there.
Useful for after, maybe.
Our Findus
Hanging out
and
with a rat.
Hunter with them at this point still.
No, you've split
we
up.
have
You've
headed
split
up
up.
before then.
We will
We're not just
cut to
dropping
you in a
them
minute,
off.
yeah.
Okay.
I have a spell called Unseen Servant.
Oh,
Of course, yeah.
Okay, I was close to taking that. Yeah.
Can
Great choice.
Do you
I
want me
don't
to
know
know
what
if
their
they can listen for
capabilities
you?
are.
They can't lift up much. They can wander around. They can pick light stuff up.
They can like relay, like they could like you can
Can they
like go.
Can they relay information?
You could they could like write it down for you. I think. So
Yeah?
You could be like go and like listen and then like come write
They
it down.
have that
for us.
that level of consciousness.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they could like write down a message for you.
Okay.
I think.
The servant can perform simple tasks that a human servant could do, such as fetching things,
That a
cleaning, mending,
human
folding
servant
clothes,
could do.
lighting fires, serving food, and pouring wine. Once you give the command, the servant performs the task to best of its abilities until it completes the task, then waits for your next command. It doesn't say whether or not they can talk.
No, that's fine.
It's
it
just,
says...
it's an invisible, mindless, shapeless medium
It's
force.
mindless, maybe it
So
can't
if it's
write stuff
mindless,
down.
I doubt it could relay
No,
information.
They wouldn't be able to listen and write something down.
You know who could though? The
A rat.
Because my new spell is speak with animal. And one of the things, the caveats is, they could be convinced to do a simple task if the GM allows. And I've been working on this rat, giving him free ice cream and waffle cone every day for
That's
weeks.
why there's no mint left.
I feed him all the mint every delivery.
How do you summon this rat?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't have like a meeting place. How would I summon this rat? I probably just like go to a sewer and a sewer grate, like hit a waffle cone against the sewer.
Say-
Roll nature for me.
You ask one rat and then they just pass the message along.
Yeah.
I would say if there's anywhere a rat would be,
It's out here.
Around a Freddy.
This is where we met.
Around a Freddy
Yeah, that's
Flumps
very
is
fair.
not a bad idea.
I was
Oh,
waiting for you.
you've seen a few pretty big rats. in
Yeah,
that
oh
kitchen.
yeah.
This guy owes me a favour because I got him into your establishment to
Oh, that explains a lot.
Single-handedly destroying your
It
health.
lives
I
in the
know.
soup.
Well,
I've been doing my own heists behind all of your back.
she doesn't care about
Damn.
the reputation of Freddy Flumps. She does care about there being rats in there.
Yeah.
19.
You like there's three things you do. You're tapping a waffle cone against the grate of an iron
Yeah.
sewer. You're making like a little,
Yeah.
and then you say the name of the rat.
So all I've got in my head is we were joking earlier that you called it Jimmy, but I can't remember.
Oh my god, do it!
Oh,
Sorry, I guess fate has
So
decided.
weird. I can't do that.
Jimmy the
What
rat.
about Jimmy the
come up
second?
again?
Jimmy
No,
Jr.
so weird.
Jimmy Chew.
Jimmy Jr.
Is that you? That's a great rat sound
God,
effect.
it's the rat.
I don't know
Won't
if
pick
that'll
up on
ever
the
pick up
mic.
on a mic.
I was so
I was
afraid.
squeaking
I was
my
like,
shoe against
they're in
the
the room.
chair.
What about little Jimmy?
JJ.
No, that's so much better. Yeah.
What about Lil Jimmy?
Little Jimmy. Little Jimmy X.
He's already Jimmy. I thought his uncle's also called Jimmy or something already. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
No.
His uncle's name did change
Yeah,
throughout
I
the
can't
season.
remember his name.
Let's call him Wesley.
Wesley.
The rat.
Wesley, you sort of like,
Wesley.
into the sewer.
Get out here.
Are you casting a spell?
Yes. I can't speak with animals.
Okay. You wait for a moment. The other two are looking at you like,
Iris is like standing
Yeah.
well away from.
what are you doing?
Yeah, she's like.
I'm watching, like,
"Hmm."
slightly fascinated. Like,
Yeah. And then
He does exist. I promise. He
From-
doesn't.
yeah, I believe you. Yeah.
from your perspective, he goes to another school. From your perspective, all you hear is a tiny little squeak echoing in the sewer. And then you see like Worm's ears prick up. His little friend has arrived. But from you and your perspective, you hear Gary Horace.
No, it's for no
Why was she doing that? Too many elves.
Oh my god, we're just like twins. Everyone just thinks you look exactly.
Winona.
This has made this relationship a lot more awkward. Good thing it wasn't called Jimmy.
You're talking to her too. Okay, wait, move on.
The rat's talking to me.
Winona.
Wesley.
Oh my god, is that Iris?
Hey!
Nice. Agent's a rat. Part time. Wesley, the time has come. I'm calling in that favour.
Right.
I guess you did feed me a lot of waffle cones.
Look how round you are.
Don't make any comments about it because I'm struggling
No,
to
it's
get through
nice.
the grapes.
I know. Let me just put
It's just like,
Oh, you gotta wash your hands after that.
oh yeah, I would.
Oh, Wesley. Look.
Do you have prestidigitation? You gotta clean her
What?
off.
What's going
No,
on?
he's fine.
Don't
He's
worry.
alright.
Prestidigitation. Simple tricks include washing a rat.
One of the 3 simple tricks. You know how I got you into somewhere, Wesley? I need you to get yourself into somewhere else, and then I think get something out, we agreed in the end, and not poop on it.
Right, you want me to poop on something? You got it, alright.
No, and I
What,
was
is it
like,
her? You want me to poop on her?
because I know that's in your skill set, that's why I brought it
I'm
up.
great at pooping.
I know, I'm
Yeah.
well aware. We've done, many things have happened. Many schemes have happened around this. But no, we just needed you to get through this like under a door or something, get this envelope and like shimmy out with it and then bring it down here.
Love it. Great
Get
plan,
it in the
Winona.
sewer.
What's an envelope?
It looks like this big and it's got like a triangle on the back.
Question.
And it's kinda like brown.
Winona, when she's speaking to this rat, is she like speaking human?
You're making
like,
rat noises,
Are
right?
you making squeakers? Or are you
I
just speaking?
mean, I guess it could be easy. I think it's funnier if I'm
Consult the spell description, I guess.
I don't
Because
think
it
it
is-
particularly
it-
says.
It's important as to whether like Cariaris can actually hear what you're
I think it's funnier if
saying.
I'm just talking normally and I could be making this up and maybe the rat doesn't talk to me. So you guys could be looking at me and this rat's squeaky and you're like, she could
Do you
just be
need-
chatting to a
You
rat.
need to show this rat what an envelope is.
Yes, I'm trying to describe what an
Oh,
envelope.
okay.
You know, it's one of those things that you see every day, but it's actually quite hard to describe.
Minor illusion. I minor illusion an envelope to
Yes.
show the rat.
So you-
Whoa!
No, it's okay.
How does she do that?
Oh, she's magical. She's very powerful and strong.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, you should be careful. She's really strong.
Winona.
Don't mess with her.
This rat is like cowering.
Yeah.
You're very round.
What'd she say about me?
She said she's watching you.
Oh god.
No, what? No.
He's shy.
Winona, what's going on? You're not actually going to get this rat to go and.
Was that not the plan?
No.
I thought you were gonna send the rat to go and see what's going on over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
No,
what I'm
blacked out
little
again there.
confused about. We just need to figure out why they're here. Obviously, if they are here specifically because of what happened or may not have happened in the office, then it might be a bit too risky. But if they're just here for any other reason, then
Yes,
We
that's
should
probably
send.
true.
We should send the rat over
Hit-
sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, Wesley, change of plan. I just keep things are quite hard to stay in my brain at the moment. You just go over there where all the people are talking downstairs, and you listen to them, and just and come back and tell us what they're talking about.
Can he understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, can they speak rat? Those two.
No,
Mm,
no,
see-
I guess not.
Yeah, herein lies the issue
I
with
think we should
using
just go
Wesley.
back to...
Sorry, is it Wesley?
Yes, Wesley the rat.
Herein lies the issue with using Wesley.
What'd she say?
She said, "Hello, Wesley."
Oh,
Oh,
I think
don't know
you-
how I feel about that.
flops a little ear.
Look, okay, what if we used Wesley? Oh no. What if we just sort of sneak over there and just.
Yeah, I was literally about to go do that, so I'm
I
gonna
mean,
go
my
do
original
that.
plan was that we sat in the building next door and listened, but I don't know how it spiraled here.
Yeah, but that didn't have a rat involved. So.
Alice, you're a sneaky.
So-
you're a sneaky
Yeah.
individual.
Extremely. Can you send Wesley over to make a little distraction, and then I could just kind of like.
Yeah.
They're not going to talk. If
No,
they're
that's true. No, that's
distracted
true.
by a
I'm gonna
rat.
go over there like now. I'm gonna go now. I'm going now.
We can keep watch. From
Wesley
here,
can
and
come
if-
with you, and if you need a distraction, have a signal, and Wesley will do a distraction. How about that? And then you can get out.
Yeah.
What's your signal gonna be? Wesley, listen very carefully. When Iris
I'm listening.
you're gonna go with Iris. When Iris does that signal that she just did, that signal, you have
The
to
face as well.
yes, it has to be the full one, all the face and the hand. You have to cause a distraction from the people
Got it.
and
Understood.
confuse them, and so she can sneak out.
All right, that I can handle.
Yeah,
Right, but we're square after this one, Winona.
for now.
Yeah, and I still want that pizza you promised me.
Me too, Wesley. Why are you here? Alright, good luck.
We will cut over
Thank
to
you.
Hunter, who has Findus with him, as they walk probably about 15 minutes away from the pub is where you start to get to the slightly more industrial part of the city.
How close are we to?
You've gone in opposite directions.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
So as you come into this industrial bit, like it's a little bit dodgy. Like there's a few sort of strange characters on street corners, and it's not a very safe part of town in the public eye.
Is there a cackling crone?
Sure. Yeah, she's like,
I have a good time.
She's like,
Yes.
Oh, goodness, I see the old Crona Scarbies out again.
yeah. No, I don't like to come around these parts. He's like really nervous. He's like walking behind you a little
Oh,
bit.
she's
carrying
all
on
right.
herself.
Just go for a drink with her. She's yeah.
No, I don't think I want her in the pub. That's fine. Are we almost there? You're probably about 5 minutes walk away from the printing press itself, and it's at that point that you really get like the smell of industry washing over you. There is like smoke towers from the few factories that are running late at night, and then down the end of the road you can see there is like a sort of it's kind of like the hub of this kind of region for like general print stuff. Like there are sign makers and there are things that print off newspapers and all that kind of stuff. Like the Society Star probably uses this place, and you've been here a couple of times for work purposes and made a little friend inside.
Yeah, I mean we're pretty close. You can probably smell it in the air.
Yeah, it does smell bad around here.
Yeah. Well,
Not quite rag rum bad, but it smells bad.
Nothing's ragworm bad.
No, nothing's rag rum bad.
But yeah, we mean with I can't think of a name. What's a name for my contact?
Jimmy.
Gilbert.
Gilbert, sure, yeah. Can't wait to meet Sullivan.
Knew you'd do that.
Yeah, Gilbert, he's alright. I've known him from back in the day. We started out on small press stuff together. I'm surprised you haven't run into him in the same circles, but
Yeah, they don't let me out of the office much. They
Yeah.
didn't, rather. So, he's solid, right? He's not going to screw us, is he?
have I had any bad experiences with Gilbert? Like,
No,
we're pretty close though, right?
Gilbert is somewhat of an anarchist.
Yeah.
The reason you're aware of his services is because he uses his position at the printing press to print his weird own papers.
Yeah, I assumed he's fairly trustworthy because otherwise we wouldn't be doing such a dangerous task with
Yeah.
him, like if there was any risk.
He's not the kind of guy who would do anything for a big corporation, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm imagining that one of those magazines, like one that's like conspiracy theories about mushrooms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
telepathically communicating with people.
Your special club in Ragrump have definitely read some papers that Gilbert has put out.
Oh, for sure, yeah. No, they're big fans. They would lose their minds if they knew.
The Gilbert.
That's right.
Yeah, you've probably heard of his name around the place. Like, we go back a while, he's trustworthy, like, suggest him if he wasn't.
Finna sort of freezes and is looking down the street, and you're just like, why'd you stop? And he's like, what does Gilbert look like? Is he kind of cronish too? Because if so, I think he's staring at us through the window.
Is it Gilbert?
It's Gilbert. You can see his shining bald head and wispy white hair sort of like flowing through the air. And he just has like goggle marks of soot around his eyes. And these like wide beady eyes are just sort of staring out the window like Nosferatu.
I was going to say that's Nosferatu. I literally was about to say
he's
it.
my year 7 IT teacher.
Yeah. We all know him, yeah.
Yeah.
We're all there.
Every everybody got a bit of chewing tobacco for doing well in their IT. Anyway, yeah, that's Gilbert. Yeah. Just raise a hand in like greeting to Gilbert in the window.
Gilbert just sort of goes,
Oh
scuttles off.
Oh my
Classic Gilbert.
god, yes!
Hey,
no,
you know.
the wrong scheme.
I know, right? What are
You
we
inhale enough
doing?
printing ink. That's what happens.
Is he printing ink rather than sit around it?
Yeah, no, he seems like
Smack his
seems
face
like a
with
cool guy.
Not cool. He's good at his job. He's solid.
All right, you think so, Hunter?
Yeah.
After a while of walking, you eventually arrive at the kind of like tradesman's entrance of this printing press, and you give like a signature knock on the door.
It would be that though.
Yeah.
There's like a 3-second pause, and then you hear like the shunt of a bolt on the other side, and the big door sort of slides open into the printing press room, and there is no one in front of you.
Gilbert, come on. We don't have time for this. Look.
The passcode.
Oh God. Which month is it? I turned to Findus. What's the date again?
Good question. I know I should know that as the former editor of a newspaper. I think it's the 14th now of Bindle Talk.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were into Bindle Talk. And what's the time? Have you got the time? He changes the passcode every.
Yeah. It's 7 turn. It's past the hour.
Yeah, he changes it every 7.5 minutes. It's
Right. Got it. Yeah.
It's a lot to remember.
So you know it then?
Yeah. Today it's.
Next half hour, this.
Gilbert.
Password.
1,
Gilbert.
2, 3, exclamation mark.
Egg.
Enter. You sort of like shuffle through, and he slides the big, slide almost like barn door behind you. And as it shuts, you're sort of enveloped in darkness and lamplight. And probably about maybe 5 foot tall and hunched over is Gilbert. He's wearing like this like scrubby overall and like a huge scarf. And he's got his like wispy hair just sort of flowing through, and he's just kind of darting his eyes around the room. So, this is your friend, is it?
What, man?
Hunter?
He's wearing overalls but nothing underneath it. Yeah!
There's like white
Bad
chest hair
chest.
coming through.
Oh
Yeah, this is Findus, friends, colleagues. Findus, this is Gilbert, acquaintances.
You look over and Findus is desperately trying to make eye contact. Like, nice to meet you, Gilbert.
Yeah, Gilbert, we've got the stuff for you to print. We all good. We all square on getting this out without any no lines back to us, no lines back to you, any of that.
Yes, absolutely. You understand that this is going to be a lot of money.
Yeah, well, you said you'd throw in the spot printing for free, right? We'll get a nice bit of a pop of colour on the front.
No colour.
Hey, that's not what we agreed.
No colour. Colour's gone.
What do you mean colour's gone?
No, he's taking it.
There's like red and green stains around his lips. No colour. No colour. Colour's gone.
Will's wife, who made Maddie's dream man.
God, we're known as hero. She's just a new hero in town.
Okay, well, we're going to discuss a different price because this isn't what we agreed.
He fully vomits somewhere in the
He
corner.
just burps up a colourful bubble.
Okay.
Black and white, much cheaper anyway.
Yeah, but you said you throw it in, you've already believed in the cause.
It's just like, yeah, you know what, I think black and white is fine. The South Side of Star was in black and white, and that was very informative.
Yeah, but we're running with images here.
I'd appreciate if we he sort of like leans into you, like, can we just get out of here quickly?
Yeah,
Just
all
get
right,
this-
all right. Oh, fine, Gilbert, black and white's fine, just don't...
Black and white's very good.
Yeah. Just...
Oh my goodness.
Him.
I tend to finish. Have you got the papers? to hand him over.
Yes, let me have a look.
And Gilbert, this is the one copy we've got, all right? Like,
Ow! He puts on some gloves. It's just like inky hands getting covered
Yeah.
up. Like, yes.
make sure it goes out clean, all right? We want people to see these images.
Very clean.
Yep.
Very clean. He sort of snatches it out of your hands and he lays it out on a table. And then it's like he sort of like sets. And he stops being all jittery and strange and just starts like reading over the paper.
Nothing strange about it. I don't
And
know.
he's just scanning line to line. Or you can see his head moving as he's reading at a ridiculous pace. And then he just sort of like closes the copies, looks up to you and goes, "And you're sure?
Yeah.
And he's sure?" Just points to Findus, who's just sort of like, "Very well. Black and white." He sort of scuttles off with his papers. And between you and him now is this huge like production line of just much like you would see in the animated intro to Storybreakers.
Oh
just
my
sort of
god.
papers sliding out and out. Huge rollers and like, you know, ink jets and all that kind of stuff.
Imagining the machine sounded.
Like a corn song.
Yeah.
Whereas I was imagining that bit in Tomorrow Never Dies, where Pierce Brosnan throws a man into a printing press and then goes, "They'll print anything these days."
You should have saved that
Oh my
line.
god! You know we're gonna have a fight here.
Oh my
Let's start a
god.
fight here so we can
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right, Gilbert rolls
Wait.
initiative.
We'll start a fight with Gilbert.
47. And he starts the process. It's like watching him work is actually quite mesmerizing because he's obviously very, very good at what he does. Has been doing it for decades. And to be honest, like there is like a certain air of classiness with black and white. Color is still a very, very new thing when it comes to these sort of printing styles, and it lends it an air of sophistication. And as you sort of like see it flowing past, you just kind of see the sort of makeshift logo that you made for The Truth just kind of flickering through, and copies are being made, and it kind of dawns on you like the weight of this. Like you have physically made what most kingdoms would probably call treason, and it is printing right in front of you with, you know, your red handprints all over it.
As the first copy right off the...
Yeah, I think it's sort of Gilbert sort of like grabs like a reel of paper, cuts it on the guillotine, and then folds it together like very pristinely, and just does like one sort of finger fold over the seam, staples it together. It's just like sort of saddle stitched, and he just sort of hands it over to you. Black and white.
I
Love
take
you.
it and then like look it over with Findus to just check that everything is aligned and printed as we want it to be. I'm assuming it came out pretty good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Couldn't ask for better.
Yeah. Good work, Gilbert. You continue to be...
Oh, he's shy.
You continue to be the best. There's a reason I came to you.
Yes. Where's he going?
Um,
Just smiling.
From my shell, can I pull out a small couple of capsules of ink, like some ink cartridges for him?
Oh, this is nice stuff.
Yeah. The cyan. You love cyan.
Yeah, I do like cyan.
He's gonna eat that.
Oh, he's gonna eat it.
It's a little snack.
It's
Don't
good.
do that.
Here we
Get
do.
some toast and he's gonna put
Ah!
he's gonna eat.
You know, just a little thanks from me to you. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
money?
Yeah, that as well, I suppose. I turn to Findus, because Findus would have the money, right?
Finish turns to you. Yeah, you got the gold pieces for this, right, Hunter?
Did I get the gold pieces, or we would have known about this before?
I think you assumed that Findus would pay, and Findus obviously did not realise.
Okay, Gilbert, we've got some payment's going to be backdated.
Immediately, he shoves the label on the machine. Money?
Look, it's all fine.
Need it now, Hunter?
That's fine. I tell you what, run off the rest of these copies, put them somewhere safe. We need them printed tonight. We'll go and get your gold pieces now.
And you'll be back before open time? 9 a.m.?
Yeah, what's the time now?
It's 10 p.m.
Yeah, that's loads
Plenty
of
of
time. Yeah, we'll be back.
11 hours, what some would say.
Make it 3 hours tops. We'll be back.
I'm here.
How much does you want?
Yeah, he's probably joking.
Well, we've agreed a price, right? Because we'd agreed a price beforehand.
Yeah. Again, I don't want to invent an economy.
No.
So we'll
But I'm going to haggle with him. There's no spot printing, so I'm going to haggle down.
It's just gold pieces.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but as soon as you put a price on anything, suddenly I have to make the whole thing make sense.
Yeah.
But anyway,
It's one John Wick coin.
one John Wick coin. Yeah, it's not an insignificant amount of money, and it's something that you would probably struggle to source yourself. So we will have to figure out how you both.
Because I assume there's the cost of printing, which
cash.
isn't massive, but it's more the cost of doing this on the sly.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the
cost
materials
of
and ink.
silence,
It's
yes.
the cost of doing it after hours.
Cost
Yeah.
of cyan.
Cyanlance.
Scanlance. We will flip back to the front of our Charles Entertainment Cheese ripoff, Freddy Flumps. And you are currently sneaking up, all three of you, just one of
I
you?
think you and
Just-
Wesley are sneaking. And then
Just
you are-
Iris, yeah.
Yeah.
Are we going into Freddy Flumps so we can hide in there and listen?
No, I think Carrie Iris is just going to suggest we stay here just in case something does happen.
Okay.
We can keep an eye on things.
Are we on the other side of the street, looking in?
Yeah.
Like a little park or something? Yeah. And some bushes.
Would you like to roll a self check?
That's right.
So if that's the noise you make, then you failed.
It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, okay.
Ooh.
So effortlessly you glide through the sort of gaps between the gas lamp on either side of the street and just sort of peel behind the carriage, the town guard carriage that is currently sat outside and flashing some kind of strange rotating candle which is going between bits of blue and red glass and is shining across.
Cool.
And suddenly you start to overhear the conversation, and on your foot you feel a fat rat sat.
With a hat. Just like that.
Screeching like a bat. And you just sort of lean in, and you're hearing the tail end of a conversation between these two town guards and someone who apparently works in the Heroes and Adventures Guild office. And one of them is this sort of quite kind of stout orcish woman, one of the town guards that is, and she says, "Yeah, well, so we didn't find anything out of the ordinary. Obviously, it is always best to treat it seriously when someone breaks in. The lock was clearly picked, but I just don't. I don't know if they got scared. Perhaps you came back at the right time, but it just doesn't seem like anything was taken. So, okay, well, thanks, officers. I guess if you could just sort of send your official report over our way, then I will just kind of assume that it was just a one-off. Is there any kind of thing that we should be doing in the meantime? Yeah, no, don't worry about that. We're gonna sort of keep a close eye on the building for the next couple of weeks. See if we get anyone sneaking back around, and if we spot anyone doing anything sort of illicit around the building, then we'll be right in there and we'll strike."
Anything illicit. Talking to a rat?
No.
Is that illicit?
I don't know. It's pretty
Lock
shifty,
me up,
isn't
man.
it?
Lock me up.
Guilty
That's
as
a crime. I
charged.
want to be innocent. You're sort of glancing back at the other two. Is there any kind of signal you want to make or anything like that?
No.
The rat.
Not for now. I will take in the visage of this guard as closely as possible.
The town guard.
Mm.
This orcish woman.
Yes.
Okay.
Just scanning.
Lock that
scanning.
in.
Yeah.
This orcish woman.
So true.
That's how it goes.
This orcish woman.
Yeah, carry on, singer.
Nope.
This
Stop.
orcish woman.
And then they're wrapping up. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let us know if anything suspicious happens. Roger is gonna stick around. Make sure nothing bad happens. He'll be in this carriage right here. But feel free to go home and just thanks for calling it in. We'll make sure that nothing bad happens. Okay, cool. Right. Well, so yeah, thanks very much. I'll lock up But yeah, if you need anything from us, then you know where to reach us.
Locking up, huh? Locking up.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I continue to hide. Yeah, I'm just gonna study everything that happens, like how they lock up, where they put the key they locked up with, if there are several keys, where Rog is and like where they're gonna be sitting, and I don't know, just everything I can take in.
Okay, so over the course of the next sort of few minutes, there is a big heavy chain that is locked tight with about 3 different padlocks around the doors. You can see that they have like a sort of ring of keys, and then they sort of like flag over to Roger, who's come back to the carriage that you're hiding behind, sits on the sort of like front seat where you would whip at the horses, and is just sort of like posting himself up.
Tanner really spends time settling himself in.
There you go.
Oh, he's still
nice.
going.
It's in for the long haul. This is being locked up with 3 padlocks.
3 big ones.
Big biggins. And where's the key going that they used? Or the keys?
The person who locks up places it on their person and starts walking home.
Gotcha.
While she's like observing this, Carrie's just saying to Winona, so what exactly do you want with this pizza that you keep asking me for?
To eat it?
You want to eat it?
Yes, I went to one Freddie Flump birthday party, and it's all I can think about for the rest of my life, and I want some.
Really? Because I can promise you they're not that great. I've been there firsthand for several of them.
Yeah, so you see how like it's made. Don't tell me any of that because it'll ruin it for me. I'm
Sausage policy, yeah.
I will say some of the ingredients in there I would consider not edible.
Oh, that doesn't faze me. I can handle it, I can promise you.
Okay, well, you know.
Just one slice. And then if it's really good, then maybe some more.
Okay.
Hey!
Oh, hello, Iris.
Hiya.
Oh, how did it go?
Oh, no, she didn't even give me a signal.
That's, I guess...
I was so ready to bite the ankles off that
sorry.
bloke.
You could just go find someone else to do it too, I guess, now.
Good idea. See you later.
Alright,
You just condemned someone
little
doing that ankles
scamp.
bit off.
You guys don't know
You
that.
just see him waddling up and he's like, first one I see. First human I see.
You get him
Chop
with
right
me.
in the tendon Achilles.
How fat is this rat exactly?
It's like,
I feed
Oh, he's a
him,
big
I
boy.
feed him a lot.
he's like pear-shaped. You know?
I feed him.
good
You like
boy.
dragging the belly around?
Yeah.
Oh, I love
He's
that.
gonna look at him
He
waddle.
looks like a small cat.
We'll give
my
him some
God.
time because he's gonna just don't walk near him for a bit.
Yeah, the reason you can hear him sort of muttering to himself as he walks off is because he's so slow.
We'll see him again. The hero we need.
We will.
If you come back tomorrow, it might still be it.
So I took Finis's advice and I didn't do what my impulses told me to do. So there was a break-in and they know there was a break-in.
So they know there was a break-in.
Yeah.
How would they know?
Well, I had to get in there somehow, didn't I? So
Did you...
pick the lock.
Okay, well, fair enough. I don't know
How
if
would
there
they
was any...
even know that would happen?
Yes, that's what I'm wondering. Why would they check for that? I don't know how often they use that shared entrance. I mean, what reason would they have, I suppose, to go to the other places as connected to it? I'm just trying to think why they would be so alert that a door,
well,
a lock has been picked, etc.
It is the Heroes and Adventurers Guild, you know, like, I assume they have pretty tight security normally, so...
Does it feel like there's something more to this, or is it just they
It's
checked
tough to say
it
from
and
the
they-
information that you have, but it's not like they were like, oh, you know, we were waiting for them or anything like that. From the comments that you heard, it just seems like they noticed that a lock was picked or something like that. Especially if you rushed out you might not have locked it on the way back out, especially without a key.
Sure. But they said that the guy over there in the carriage is going to be watching for the next however long.
Probably not a good time to strike then.
No, and I was tempted to follow the person with all of the keys, but I thought that might be a bad idea.
Well, if they've already sort of investigated it, and now they're like, well, do you know what their general conclusion of the situation was? Just nothing specific?
Well, I didn't take anything, so they are just like, they don't know why somebody would go in there and not take anything.
You should have taken like some gold or something to make it look like a fake robbery.
Well,
But it seemed like maybe they're just like, well, you know, it was a strange thing, but I guess we're going to leave it, or...
What if we pick locks all over town and there's like a serial lock picker? And I'm like, why? They've struck again. They have no real purpose or need. It's just madness.
Just some freak.
I don't know, I'm just spitballing.
I start lock picking Freddy Flumps.
Yes. Good. That was creating the story now.
No, wait, what are you doing?
19.
You want to do that in front of the town guard who's currently watching the premises? Yeah?
Gotta be the back.
You want to roll the stealth check?
Okay, no! Where should
You are the demon in her head, Wheels.
Okay.
I just, if it sounds
They
like
said that they couldn't find anything.
Okay, well...
They said they didn't find anything, so
I think
we're in the clear.
Yeah, I think the safest thing is to just hope that they were like, oh, this is a strange incident, but there doesn't seem to be anything connected to it. And, you know, I think maybe trying to go in there now would increase our chances of being caught.
We shouldn't do that. But I know what the constable looks like, so if we need to go back there, maybe I can be like, hey, it's me. Back to check things out, make sure everything's all right, you know?
As you're speaking,
helpful.
you almost jump scared, all three of you, when in your ear, almost forgot it was there, you hear like a hey,
Hello?
is this still working?
Shut up.
Hello?
Oh, that's Findus. Oh, hey.
What do you mean, shut up?
Nothing. No, nothing. Sorry, carry on.
Hey, so we flip back to these two. You're stood outside the printing press, and after asking each other about the cash, you realise that you do not have enough between you. And Finis is basically trying to speak into this telling stone to get the attention of you three. Hey, how did it go with the, the whole covering things up? Did the leftover food get covered up over?
Can I say that before this happened, I unlocked the back door to Freddy Flumps.
You going around?
We're in the kitchen, let's say, of Freddy Flumps.
Okay, so you've gone around the back, you've gone into the kitchen.
Yeah, and we're in the
Sure,
kitchen.
no worries.
Maybe there's some pizza. Yeah, I'm imagining Winona's just eating the pizza while we're just like
snuffling around.
Yeah.
I'm taking in I'm not just going straight for some food, I'm taking in all of the shelves, I'm opening all of the cupboards, I'm going in your freezer, your fridge, I'm looking at everything.
Yeah, Carry on just let them in.
Because
she figured it
comes over to visit.
It's probably
So
safer for them to have this kind of conversation
in private,
inside a building rather than just out in front of the guard. So yeah.
Yes, we've covered up the food.
No.
Are you eating food?
Yeah, she's eating
It's
food.
gone now, there's no evidence.
Okay, no, it's all good over here. They didn't, there were some, authority figures, the authorities.
Sorry, go back. Authority figures?
There were some, the constables, the guard, they were here.
Town guard?
Yep. They were here, but they didn't find anything.
They didn't, so they searched?
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
They didn't find anything.
They've been searching for stuff.
Finders were fine.
For some reason they seem to have been alerted. I'm not sure why, but
I guess the guild probably has some kind of, I don't know, system, some kind of spell, enchantment. I'm not a magic guy.
I went in there and checked for traps and stuff. I didn't find anything, but I don't know.
Did you lock the door behind you when you came back into the staff area, or?
I go to the staff area. No, because I thought you would do that. I came in as Karen.
No, I mean the door from the office into the main area, the shared area. Presumably you had to pick the lock into that door? Did you
I did. I just kind of. I ran out because it was a bit of a time crunch.
So it was unlocked.
I guess it must have been.
So we left the back door unlocked, and now the town guard are involved. And there's fingerprints.
But no,
didn't
Iris said
find anything.
that they said they didn't take anything, so they just thought it was like just a random thing. So I think
Iris is
Sounds right.
Carrot. Sorry, Iris is looking at Iris like.
Oh god, now you're doing it too.
Iris, what?
Why did you look it?
There was a lot going through my head, and I went in there, and you don't know what I go through when I have to do these things, okay?
For goodness sake, we trusted you.
Hunter, they're bickering again.
Yeah, and you can trust me. It's just this one time. It's not gonna happen again. It
They
doesn't
know
normally
I have
happen
that
to me.
key. They're going to trace it back to me.
No, they won't. No, they
I'm
won't.
going to be fired from this terrible job.
what if you
You're
say
welcome.
You lost your key down a drain, and then someone stole it.
A rat, perhaps.
It's a bit elaborate. I mean, they're not looking into it. It's fine. It's just, once again, Iris, come on.
Oh, please leave me alone.
This is a very dangerous thing. That's all. We're all putting ourselves out on the line. But anyway, it doesn't seem like they are particularly suspicious of anyone or anything. But I don't know what it's going to be like when we publish this. Talking of which, how did that go?
Yeah, so about that, that's kind of why we called. It turns out that the publishing cost, it's underway. We're getting it printed. It's just we didn't realize that nobody actually had the money for the print, so we are now in debt.
You really had this idea that maybe you were like a secret millionaire.
No, I spent a lot of money on this bar, and I'm not seeing much of a return. So yeah, I think Hunter assumed that I had money, and I assumed that Hunter had money. You know, he's got a lot of stuff in his
I'm not
shells.
seeing
So
one of you guys did because you're like the,
we're the adults, yeah, I know, I get it,
don't
I
say
get
like
it.
You're the parents of the group, but like.
So does anyone have a large pile of gold pieces sort of lying around, or?
Well,
I've got 10.
I, for whatever reason, have 189.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening there.
I don't think that's correct.
You also
but-
have 8 like leather armors, so I think maybe there's been
Maybe
some,
yeah.
there's been some D&D Beyond nonsense going on.
I'm gonna take that down to 10 gold.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, from my starting background, I got 10. And I was like, I don't know, I think that's pretty good as well.
Yeah, it's not
I
bad.
think we're talking more like bars rather than like coins or pieces anyway, right?
Mm.
Like I'm guessing this is fairly pricey. Like it's more than we would just have on us between
yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Well-
This isn't pocket change, yeah.
I do
So
have
our menial jobs.
some money set aside that I suppose, the last of what I have left from,
Okay,
Yeah.
look.
before.
We can't just kind of bankrupt ourselves on the first issue. Like this has to be something that's sustainable.
Look,
So-
I have some money, okay? I legitimately have some money I was going to save for, an occasion where, I'm not living great now, but I'm getting by. I'm learning how to survive on my own feet. I'm very proud of myself, but I do have the last of what.
Carrie Harris is showing off again. Oh, you can hear that.
Yeah, he can
This is
hear,
a
like,
network.
he can hear her like, the stern look that she has.
Through the telling.
Yeah. I have the last of what's left from Mother that I could use for this, but after that, that's it. We will have to find another way to make this sustainable.
Okay, all right. The ways I see it, we got 2 options.
I legitimately
Robbery.
do have
Yep.
a fair amount of money.
One, we get Carrie Harris to pay for this one, and then we figure out some kind of income from the next one. The second option, which, I'm just spitballing here, but we could burgle the Heroes and Adventurers Guild and cover up the evidence at the same time. I'm just throwing it out there.
You just
They
told us
have
not to do that.
They have a guard outside right now.
Exactly, Carrie. The police are already involved.
Not my
Why am I doing this again?
Look, I think for now...
It's just very satisfying to say in a New Dwarf City accent, I'm very sorry.
Yeah, it's a better name.
Look, I think the first issue, especially at the moment, considering what's happened and the fact that there are guards outside, maybe for now, honestly, I'm going to be entirely honest with you, because I feel like, we've come a long way together, all of us. We have a connection, but I kind of just want to get rid of this money. I don't want it anymore. It feels like it's burning a hole in my pocket. I don't want the money because of where it's from, who gave it to me. But obviously we're going to need to figure out a way of paying for the next lot of papers that we do. But now that maybe is a plan for another time. I feel like rushing into a robbery when the situation is like this is a bad move.
Burglary.
Yeah, I think
Burglary
that's a
is
good
different
point.
from, and normally, Carreras, I'd be with you. I think that's the sensible option in this context. However, I think we also need to consider that if things go south, we're going to need money as a backup. And we're not going to have the opportunity to get money then. So I think if you don't want the money, we put it in the stash somewhere, we keep it as a safe thing.
How are
But
we
for
going
now,
to pay for this?
maybe we just we do what Finn just says.
I mean, there are other buildings without
Just a light bit of
Well, maybe we burgle
velocity.
somewhere
There's
else.
other buildings without guards
Yeah.
outside. Is all
Hunter!
I'm
Okay,
I
we
know,
burgle
but you-
somewhere else. It's
Hey, think about it. They are expecting
a burglary.
a burglary.
Yes.
If nothing gets burgled, then they're like, well, why were they here?
No, but they already know nothing's been burgled. We can't just go back in there and burgle it again. They're going to think we're the... I don't know, even we're going to think the two things are entirely unrelated. Or they're going to catch us because there are literally guards outside there watching right now.
Okay.
Let's plan... Look, I don't know how I feel about grand larceny,
Larceny,
but,
small one.
Little
but
lasses.
we can plan something
Listen,
for later on.
How
We don't
about
need to do
cake
it
sale?
now.
I don't know how viable this is, but what about a silent investor?
You know someone who has a lot of money, Iris?
Yeah.
You're the secret millionaire.
No, I'm not.
But you know a secret millionaire.
Ish. Yeah.
And
What?
this person that they'd be okay with giving us money?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to them in a while, so
If
I
they're
don't know
not-
how well that would go.
We burgle them.
You don't want to
What is your
you don't want to
obsession
burgle
with
them.
burgling, Hunter?
I gotta say, Hunter's really impressing me tonight.
Yeah.
But
He's
that
got
way
weird
they-
friends, he's doing a burglary.
That way we know
Yeah,
they
you
stay
know.
silent because they have no idea what they're investing in. They're
Why
just
do you want to
investing, but not by choice.
That's
Hunter.
so true. When people are that rich, they don't know where all their
'Cause
money is.
As good as the silent investor is, it's only as good as they stay silent. Because if we're going to need to share what
Look,
we're doing with them,
Well, I mean, if
we
they're
need to know
also
we can trust them.
if they're also dodgy, then they're probably going to stay silent.
Are they dodgy?
Yeah.
Like criminal dodgy?
Are
I
they-
love the way you say that after multiple times. It's
No!
suggested we
Don't put
commit
this on me, Carrie Harris.
genuine
I'm just
crimes,
saying we should
serious
think
crimes.
about doing a little burglary, alright?
Look, stealing from corporations isn't a crime, so we
Exactly.
can just...
So true.
That's true.
Okay. Right. For now, we need to pay for this. We need to pay for this issue tonight.
So we use
Correct.
your money, and then we look into some other avenues that
Okay,
we
okay,
may have
alright.
access to.
So we look. We're not gonna burgle
No, we're not
Just
burgling
for
anyone.
now, we're not gonna
We'll
burgle.
table it for
If
later.
it
What
comes
if
to it,
some
then
of
we'll
us
burgle it.
burgle and some of us...
No.
I
no,
want to
no,
be
no,
on Voice Night Burgle if we're going.
Look, okay, we'll put that to one side. We're not gonna do any burglary tonight.
It's in a box.
It's in a box. Carrie Iris.
Not locked.
If
but
you,
it's there.
it's not locked. If you do, which is perfect for burglary. if you just go and make a withdrawal, and then in the meantime, Iris, if you want to have a little talk with your guy, then we'll figure out which one gets us there first, and we'll plan accordingly. We have until 9 a.m. And these telling stones are running out of juice. So get to it, I guess, guys. I'll see you back at the pub.
I mean, I will say, the withdrawing basically just equates to me going back to my place and just taking out the money.
Oh, you just got that in person, huh?
Oh no, I don't have any bank accounts anymore. They're all gone.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah,
so
mother
there'll be
closed.
You
Mother closed all
withdrew as much as you could
Yes.
before she shut it down. Yeah.
It sounds like you already done a burglary, if I'm honest, Carrie Harris.
Look, she gave me that money.
Now that I like. I like
Not
that.
hers anymore. Mine.
Okay, all right. We have a plan. Tell you what, Carrie Harris, you go get your cash. Iris, I don't know if they're up this kind of late, but sounds like they're the
some
kind of
will be.
people who might be. You have your conversation. We'll meet back at the bar in a couple of hours. Okay? Sound good?
Mhm.
Where am I going?
That
Carrie
is
Harris
a
is
great
going to go.
question.
I'll work it out.
Yeah, you can come. You can come with
I
me,
know
Winona,
you.
if you want.
Okay,
Yeah, Carrie Harris and Carrie Harris.
I'm sorry.
I really want to see your
I'm
house,
going
so
to
that'll be
need help
great.
carrying all of this money.
Oh my god. Yeah, perfect. Leslie might need to come back for this one.
You can be my money mule.
I'm not very good with the talking sometimes. So if somebody could come with me who is better, that would be great.
Oh.
I'm eloquent.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Okay,
What if
Winona.
I go to your house and get your money and you go?
Okay, oh, Winona. Right, okay, you've got to promise me.
Uh-huh.
She'll be fine.
I think Hunter's more than capable of helping out,
I don't
It's
know.
not that I don't trust you, Winona. It's just that I don't trust you.
Okay.
You don't think me going to Carrie Harris's apartment by myself wouldn't have made for a fun time? You don't think that would have been a fun episode?
Carry
I don't know what an
What?
episode is.
Me in the bubble bath?
Carrie Harris looks at Winona and Hunter.
Like a mental breakdown, like
Oh,
an, like
yeah.
an
Yeah.
episode.
Oh, yeah. I've had a few of those.
She
Yeah.
looks, she looks at Winona and Hunter and she takes out the key to her shabby little apartment.
You about to say chalet for a second.
I swear to God.
And she says, "Now, you two, I'm giving you
Hunter's
this
not here.
with the utmost belief that I can trust you, not
Yes.
to go poking anywhere. So I don't want you to poke."
Iris's ears prick up. Like maybe we
Okay,
should all go to
and-
Carrie Harris's. I don't know.
Well, okay, why would Hunter be here? Because he's
Hunter's not here.
and she says over the thing, "Hunter, I'm asking you to go with Nona and make sure that nothing is poked that does not need to be poked, okay?
No poking, huh?
The money
No
is
poking.
in a bag under a floorboard."
Mm-hmm. What if we need to poke to get the floorboard up?
If you're doing poking, please turn off the telling stones.
You can poke that. You can poke that, but do not. There is a pile of stuff that I don't want you to touch.
What is it?
Okay, no touching, no poking, but get the money.
Yeah.
No heavy
Carry
petting.
Alright, we got a plan.
I'll go
I
with
pull Winona
Iris.
aside and I'm like, "You've got to tell me what's in that apartment. You've got to tell me what's in there. You've got to tell me."
I've got to figure out
I'll
what's in that
see.
apartment now.
I'll let you know what I find.
Meanwhile, Iris and Carrie Harris, you're gonna go see
Yeah,
your
well,
illicit friend.
Yeah, we'll see my friend. Yeah.
I have a way with words. Another thing. What? I'm very,
Yeah, don't leave with this, but yeah, we'll go. Yeah, let's go.
Hey, Carrie Harris, can you take the telling stone out of your ear for a second?
Why?
Can I keep mine in?
Yeah, just carry Aris. You just take that out for a sec. Just one second. Has she done it?
Yeah.
She's not gonna be a problem, is she? With this kind of guy, I don't know if she's really used to the whole criminal thing.
I was just looking at Iris.
They're talking about cheesecake, and I think they think you're allergic to it. You need to know about it.
I turn away. She's gonna
Roll
learn.
deception.
Natural 1 minus 1.
God, she's
So
lying.
fitting.
Oh, I mean, you know I'm not allergic to cheesecake because I literally ate some in front of you the other day when I had a really
I
bad.
thought that's why I'm thinking of
It's
cheesecake.
a really bad day.
I don't know what they're talking about over there, but is she going to be a liability?
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be
Okay,
fine. It'll be
all right. Okay, good. Okay, she can put her earpiece back in.
Put it back in the conversation's moved on now.
Hey, Carrie Harris! I hope you deal with that cheesecake allergy okay. And
Look, Findus, I know you weren't talking about cheesecake. I suspect I know what you were talking
well, you don't know that because you didn't have your earpiece in.
But
so.
I promise that I
I love unhinged Findus.
Unhinged.
Findus.
I think I'm having one of those episodes you talked about.
Yeah.
Welcome.
you know, don't doubt my ability to talk to certain types of people. Remember, I may or may not have interacted with certain types of people in the past. There's certainly some shifty people at, some of my mother's events. I'm not
Okay.
completely ignorant to.
All right,
my
okay,
world.
Just like
just checking,
follow my lead, but then I'll kind of, when I need something a bit, I'll give you the nod.
The nod. Okay.
Then we're all
The
agreed.
signal.
We will meet in a
Yeah.
couple of hours.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. This thing's really starting to crackle. So
All right.
good luck, everybody.
Yep.
I will see you at the bar.
There.
We will flash forward just about maybe 20 minutes after a quick phone call, Iris.
Mhm.
Phone call which Iris has perhaps not been allowing you to listen in on.
Okay. Carrie Irish has been like this.
Great.
Yeah,
Iris,
don't listen to that. Don't.
Iris, I assume, has been acting a little bit shifty.
Yeah, sure.
And after waking you up,
Yeah.
rousing you from your slumber,
She had a long day and a lot of wine. Oh, yes. Oh.
Breath smells of Pinot.
I've not had the opportunity to brush my teeth yet.
I know.
I'm so glad I chose that wine.
Is that going to be a problem? I also had a piece of pizza stuck to my bag, apparently.
You gotta take a shower.
I can't, because they're in my apartment.
Look, your meeting is in about 10 minutes. And Iris, it's for the first time in a long time, it's time to go home. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Storybreakers.
Oh,
We will catch you on the next one to find out what the hell Iris is up to. But until then, please give us a like, give us a subscribe, click the bell icon to get notified whenever we put a new video live. Leave a comment for how much you're enjoying season 2 so far, unless you're not, in which case don't do that.
Shut your mouth! Shut your mouth!
In which case, why?
That's awkward.
You guys are weird.
To see more of these two, head on over to dicebreaker.com, where they are getting up to all sorts of fantastic stuff on the website, doing reviews and interviews and news and previews and all the things that have ooze on the end.
All the ooze.
If you want to see me and talk about ooze, presumably, head on over to dicebreaker.com/subscribe for our members program.
It's only a matter of
You
time,
have a
you know.
slime bar.
Yeah.
Dude, I just haven't used it yet.
Yeah,
I
the
know.
slime
Get
bar,
on
it's coming.
it. It's gonna expire probably.
I'm saving it for a special occasion.
Get loads of behind the scenes stuff, exclusive videos from us, and exclusive articles, as well as discounts on tickets for PAX, free board games if you sign up for a year, all sorts of great stuff, and including lots of little goodies that you can get across the world for discounts and stuff like board game shots and things like that. But thank you very much for watching. We will see you on the next one. But until then, have a lovely day. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.